Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. The comments are here. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm running a little bit behind. The jets are flying. And so I didn't want to be that rude to everybody. But let me just give some shout outs. Sophie Loyal Way is in the house. I know that's a way because of my time in Mexico. Nice to see you. Rose is here. Rose, I saw that you did a reaction to this also. So I didn't mean to kind of double dip. But I wanted to kind of go over all this stuff being an RN. So I apologize for being late. My day is really hectic, but I'm going to cut this at 4:30. So yeah, just because it's Friday and I know everyone has lives. So I didn't want to, impede on that. So we got Rose in the house. Oh goodness, I'm going to, Raku Mushi. Am I pronouncing that right? If you want to put it in like phonetically, Lucy Jane 12, Magulator 1. We've got Marin Bella in the house. Thank you guys. We got Brooke A. Turn the page. Hey, Turn. We've got Dark Petals in the house. Pussycat 111. We've got Anastasia Harrison in the house. And I'm so sorry. I probably, I'm scared I was going to lose people. You can see I got wet hair here. I was out, if you saw my shorts, I was out walking at the boardwalk and now the jets are flying. So they've been going all day, guys. I don't know what's going on. So I do apologize about that noise. Good morning. Hi from London. Yeah, I tried to get a time like I felt like I could get people in the evening if they happen to be home. Because I know in Britain sometimes we go out a little bit later or coming home from the pub maybe. All right, we got lots of chats going on. I still have not figured out Fatty to Feds here. Thank you. If anybody wants to say that we're here and doing the live stream, I don't mind sharing. I'm trying to actually find some time to get my Facebook page finished. I've just been really busy. I had to get glosses yesterday. If you saw my shorts, I was out walking with my friend Rob, who is like my personal trainer. And he and I are actually going to be doing some shorts over the month of February because it is Heart Health Month and it is also the month in Virginia. Our tagline is Virginia is for lovers. So it's Valentine's. Virginia uses that tagline. And we also have the American Heart Association celebrating American Heart Awareness Month. So we're actually going to be launching different places around the area where we can get some really nice walks out. And if you saw today, we were out on the boardwalk in Virginia Beach. So that's just something that we do in the shorts. It's just a little peek inside of my life without me having, to take the time creating vlogs. That that's not really what people are on this channel. They want to talk health information, but it gives a little peek into how I actually manage my health. My friend Rob, if you see him, he's really like into his health and fitness. We're both older people, and he really works out and eats well and knows a lot about it. So he is a very interesting perspective. And so you'll be seeing him in my shorts, especially throughout the month of February. Because, Foodie won't get a personal trainer. But you know what, girls? I'm going to get my 69, my favorite number. That was the year I was born. So, yeah. Okay. So let's see. I'm so excited. I do apologize for being late. I'm going to try to be, like I said, I had a friend suddenly, and I know nobody really cares, but I had a friend suddenly, my nose is so red too. Friend suddenly, I'll slow down. God, I'm hypered. I've just been so busy today. My friend suddenly texted me and asked me if I would like to go and take a happy hour tonight at 4:30. So she leaves work at 4:30. So we'll be cutting off around that time, maybe a little bit before that. Because I need to take out the Pitapotamus for a little bit of a walk before I head out. But yes, I mean, I enjoy a drink every once in a while. It's a social thing. I don't keep alcohol in the house. So, if every once in a blue moon I get a chance to get a little craft beer at a local restaurant, that we love because it has a great happy hour. It's a beautiful day. It's like crazy warm. It's like, 60 degrees or 70 degrees. It's warm. So, I mean, it's beautiful outside. So we'll probably, so I'm kind of excited. We haven't caught up in a while. So anyway, I'm going to put out some disclaimers real fast. And then we are going to get into Foodie's thing on her questions. And we'll take a look. We probably won't get through them all. But she hasn't, obviously, as we know, Foodie has not come out and actually responded. I mean, she had 94 comments, and she actually has more comments than likes. And a lot of the comments, I thought were pretty good questions from the audience, but I think she would not have the capacity to actually want to truthfully answer them. It's all smoke and mirrors with Foodie, trying to lie about, probably how many steps she walked. And, everybody, has all sorts of theories about how she managed to kind of cheat the walk. And, it's all games with Foodie. We know that. But the only game she's playing at the end of the day is her health. And that's kind of, my role here as a registered nurse, licensed here in the United States with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, is to kind of talk about some of the misinformation Foodie gives out there and some of the concerns that we have about her health as she's kind of going along. Because a lot of people have been watching her for an extended period of time and have kind of seen her, harm herself physically throughout the years. And I think instead of just kind of saying very basic advice about, just weight loss, this, that, and that, Foodie's in a place where, walking like that could actually cause her an ulcer on her foot and could actually cause her quite a lot of harm. So we're here to kind of talk about those different things. I heard some terrible advice from a YouTube creator the other day. She has 750 subs, and she literally was telling people a way to save money was to never see a doctor because doctors only get money from Big Pharma. And I thought that was absolutely terrible advice. Terrible advice. All right, let me scroll up, make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. Hi, all. My question is, she kicks it in Q8. Do you think Salah will come on her channel and tell us or she's stopped posting? Well, have we seen her since she posted the thing about the Q&A and she did the big walk? Has anybody seen her? I kind of perused her channel. And I mean, I'm not like on the Twitter and stuff. Everyone knows my social media presence is lax, which I need to get improved because I had a great response to my last video. I was sitting in the dark kind of mirroring Foodie's environment. I don't know if anybody got that like vibe, but that's what I was trying to set out. And she on a piano box. That's a bit. I said to show that if I say it. Okay, so they're asking if he will ship her home in a piano box. I don't know if a piano box is strong enough. And let's see what other things we have going on in here. Rose is saying she doesn't. Let me show. Rose is saying, "Don't apologize, love. You can do what you want. You offer a great perspective." Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been really enjoying the community. I've been getting a really good response. I have a couple of people out like, "How can you be a nurse and out here this time?" You know what? I am a 21st century Florence Nightingale, and there is such a thing as community nursing, and I feel that I am performing a role. Foodie has these diagnoses. I speculate I'm not diagnosing her, but if she's already been given a diagnosis, then my role as a nurse is definitely to educate patients then. Once they that's the whole purpose of being a nurse, is to make sure that you educate the patient. All right, let's get in here. Face controversy. Well, she does. And but she doesn't want the type of controversy where she has to react to people, because she ended that one real fast. And I don't know if because I guess in being a reactor, you have to have some expertise on a topic. And every reactor that comes out here either is familiar with the area that Foodie comes from and kind of knows, a little bit about her, is experiencing the type of struggles that Foodie has having at this current time. And this is why I'm going to put this out real fast. So just to be good, I'm going to put this one out first. This is hold on, I got to change my format. Hold on. I'm going to do this real fast. Okay, so I just wanted to put out this trigger warning real fast that if anybody, that's the wrong trigger warning. Oh, darn. Oh, shoot. Okay, let me see if I can find the other one. Hold on. I did have one. I just made it. Hold on. There it is. Okay, hold on. Apologize, guys. That was for a different channel. Here we go. So if anybody, well, there's speculation about foodie and cancer. Just wanted to let anybody know that we obviously are going to be covering topics that could include eating disorders, mental health, and general health topics. Obviously, if any of this type of content is something you are not comfortable watching, then I recommend that you obviously click away. Obviously, there's a lot of medical misinformation that is given out by this creator, and I'm reacting to it, and I don't hold back. It's a salty all in. So I just wanted to put that out, and just real fast, too, I wanted to make sure that I put the disclaimer that obviously this is just for entertainment purposes. This is just opinion, commentary, a little bit of roasting, and some ranting, which is a form of criticism. And obviously, we're going to put in a good dose of sarcasm, and aware is the lowest form of wit. There's no personal dislikes, bullying, or hatred supported on this channel against those who are featured in these videos. With hateful comments will be removed, but very funny ones will be highlighted. And then last but not least, Foodie, I'm adding this one to the stage just for you. This is a fair use statement, girl. If I am changing your content, then I am perfectly within my rights, especially on YouTube, who are probably quite excited. My channel has been growing really, it's been popping, and I've been so appreciative. The last video of me responding to Foodie's Night Walk got already 5,000 views in less than a day. So I just cannot thank everybody. Hi, Vals. Oh, I'm going to say, woohoo! A lot of these, yes. She also felt that Foodie did not have proper shoes on. Yes, Foodie did not have proper shoes on. Blondie in the house too. Got 2 Dalmatians in a pit. I got my pit on the couch over there. Sorry, you guys are coming up as the same color. This is like my color. But yeah, if you check out my shorts today, you can see a little bit of a cloudy boardwalk, Virginia Beach, because, Fully was out on the boulevard, so I went out on the boardwalk. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, let's just get into this so we can get going here. All right, so, okay, so this is about a day ago, and let's kind of just peruse. I got this earlier today. At this point, she'd had 98 comments and 89 likes, and she says, "Hi, guys. I want to do a Q&A, questions and answers video, so please leave your questions below. Thanks for participating." And Foodie gets 98 comments, and she does not even give a little smoochy reply, a little thumbs up, maybe. But usually as the creator, little kiss hold just to say thank you for, helping me interact with the algorithm on YouTube. It means so much. I mean, I don't think this is the type of community that YouTube wants to create. It wants to not only have content that we talk about, we react to, but it's a community that, those who can find what they are interested in, or things that maybe, I always say that maybe you have a loved one, a family member, some type of little struggle going on, then this is, a chance to come to a community, and it's also a little bit of our stories too, because Foodie, as we know, is a hot mess. And I want to know, where are you, Foodie? We're answering your questions. She's going to take this stuff down, but don't worry, I filmed it. I can download stuff now. All right. So first, I think, we'll start at the bottom, because I think because that will actually show us kind of how the conversation, because I think, isn't it the bottom first? So, and then it works its way up. No, it's the other way. Okay. So let's start at the top. Okay. So, it's all over the place, so I can't tell. But anyway, let's just look at this first question. Now, I don't know about this one about Salah and her pretending to live with him. It looks like, I don't know, put in the chat what you think. He's probably already living with he is probably, I don't think Salah's in the house. And if he is, I don't think Salah even filmed the last video. I don't know what other people think. Hound Lover in the house. Hound Lover's in the house. She says, well, yes, thank you, Hound Lover, for reminding people to give me likes. I can't see what's going on YouTube. And if anybody happens to send me, and I'm not saying please do this, I'm gonna make sure. I missed a couple of super chats last time, and I should have pulled those up and thanked those people, because I caught one that was like, "Woo, let's go!" And I don't want to think that I'm not grateful, because my friends are like, can't believe I'm out here doing this stuff, but I'm having a blast, and I hope Foodie is too, because I have all sorts of fun things planned that are around creators and based around, using this opportunity to kind of highlight where maybe not the best health advice out to the general public, and as a registered nurse, I think, I find it really amazing that people would say this is not my role to be here. How dare I be here discussing these things? And I think that that is such a wrong way to see the role of a nurse. I mean, if you think that the only role we have is to work in a hospital or, that type of role, and don't understand how nursing really was developed throughout history, and how it really was part of the community, especially in areas where there weren't doctors out there serving the community, I think is really does not understand how I kind of feel, how just this extended amount of misinformation and this, people doing harm to themselves and monetizing it on a public platform could be really harmful for other people who really maybe don't really understand, or for people to want to talk about some really interesting health topics, or people who are students of health or have an interest in going into the healthcare field, because I think we have had a really tough time. And I think there's a lot of misinformation about why we're in the medicine. A lot of people think it's just about money and nothing really about health. I mean, it could be further from the truth. Most of us, I would say the majority of us who work in healthcare, don't want to see anybody suffer, especially with their health, because it is very painful to see. Anyway, she's eating but Foodie's out here, laughing about holding up a tray of rice when her blood sugars are raging. And to me, that's not funny, because when she actually winds up and lands, oh, sorry, I didn't show this. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I was scrolling. I apologize, guy. I was looking at Foodie stuff, and I was talking about, I wasn't even, shoot, I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Sam. Like, oh, yes. All right, Tallulah. Tallulah is asking, can you share the questions? Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes. Yeah. Amateur moves. I was like, I'm going to get real good today. I'm going to make sure I show people's comments, and, I have kind of got, hopefully my sound's coming in okay. I need to figure out how to share my screen and get this. I feel like it's a learning curve, but I am prepared to learn. And I've been seeing some of the fruits of that. Okay, 152 in the house. Okay, now we really got the first. So I don't know about her and Salah. Let's get out of that one. Let's get going. All right, here she goes. This is the first one that gets into her health. Let's talk about if somebody was asking me this question as an RN, how potentially could I answer this, or what advice might I give? And anybody else who works in the field, or just even has any recommendations, because you have been through this type of journey, I suggest that you keep the chat respectful. This is not a platform to cause hate. Again, I love to be able to help people learn and talk about some interesting things that come from these stories. Sometimes we got to talk about the other stuff too. All right, have you or do you consider your life out of control when it comes to your ability to control your eating and control your health? If so, have you considered inpatient or an outpatient program? Sorry. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I would say no to both from Foodie. I would say Foodie. Okay, if I was Foodie, okay, I did theater. Let me get into let me take on the role of Foodie. Now, if I was Foodie, it'd probably be a hard no. They're like a hard pass no. As a registered nurse, I think at this time, it's kind of seeing the amount of abdominal weight and how she is still sitting and wanting to be performative for people that looks like, I think there's a lot of, and this is why I put the trigger warnings out, speculation that there are potentially people still paying her to perform certain food acts on YouTube. and she's using titles in her descriptions and for her YouTube videos that would be saying that she's being healthy and this, that, and the other, when we know that is absolutely not the case. And she is more willing to take money for damaging, and eating some nonsense like a chicken pot hubcap chicken pot pie. I can't. And so yeah, she's on the hubcap chicken pot pie. Oh, veterinary nurse, thank you. We got a couple of type 2 diabetics. Okay, we got coming from medical family background. Nurses are back in the medical community. Thank you, Fatty to Fed. Thank you. And I know she does come in. And I'm sorry if I'm so bad. We got Sam here. Mom's a retired TI, boss of physios, OTs, and wow. And my daughter's trained to be a diagnostic radiographer. That's awesome. Okay. So yeah, Foodie not going to do it. I don't know how. She's not going to do either. She'd say something like she's been considering it, or she can do it on her own, or Foodie got a fitness app. She's got a meal plan. She'll say she has everything and not have any of that. So I don't think. These questions get great. I have to let you know, if you have a chance to actually go to Foodie's channel and read the questions, we're gonna, because we may not get through all of them today. They're pretty spot on. And Foodie don't want to answer any of these questions. There's a few nice ones at the bottom, but for the majority, they're pretty on point. I have to say, I'm loving the people and the just the no shame in asking these questions to Foodie. But yeah, that's a hard pass no. Foodie would never consider, but she should. As a registered nurse, I think at this time she would need to have supervised calorie restriction in diets. And it could be potentially a liquid diet. Really, for her to do weight loss surgery, she would be asked to go probably on a liquid diet to lose a substantial amount of weight to be at the weight to get that surgery. Because I've had patients that I've taken through cardiac rehab who have had heart attacks. They're 50-year-old males, probably sort of height to weight, probably a lesser BMI than Foodie is. We don't really know her weight. There's a lot of speculation as to how heavy she is. I mean, I've weighed patients who are like 260. They're pretty large, and these aren't patients who've been very tall. So, I mean, to put another 100 pounds on that, considering she's really all abdominal, I don't know if she is much heavier than that, just because she's so tiny, but she's just yo-yoing her weight. She can't expect to lose weight when she's eating all that stuff. All right, next question. Okay. All right, this is into the psychiatric, which is why we might be covering things about mental health. So this particular commenter or person asking a question says, have you looked at the symptoms of oppositional defiant disorder and borderline personality disorder? Do you believe you might be experiencing these disorders? Is it possible you are addicted to stress? Additionally, why are you not interested in learning to speak Arabic, especially considering your desire to live there for a while? Your husband's first language, and as a means to show appreciation for the culture. Wow. Well, I don't think Foodie ever gonna show any type of appreciation to any type of yes, Amber. She won't answer 80% of these. 80%. She's not going to answer any of these. I say 100. I do not think she is. Yes, thank you. Yes. I'm going to highlight this one from Bailey in a second. But I don't think she'll answer 100% of these questions, actually. I think Foodie is going to avoid every single one of these questions today. She's never going to answer them. So that's why, Rose, if you, I'll try to link your channel when I come out. Because I know it'll take me a minute. I don't want people just staring at my face. Because she also did a reaction to answering to some of these Foodie questions. I don't think Foodie would probably talk about her Beezer disorder, that we do not know if that has been officially diagnosed by a practitioner. And if it has, it's been quite some time potentially. And it may have changed her disorders over time. Obviously, she is demonstrating some type of disorder with food, I would say, in my professional opinion, along with disorders of personality. She has, I don't think she has the full for somebody to be so negligent about their health, because I've been getting so many comments about people who used to be where Foodie was once, and they have made some really poignant comments. And at some point, as the channel begins to grow, I would love to get a chance to kind of review some of those comments of some of these stories. You should check my comments, because people share some real personal stories of where they were at a place where Foodie was at, and how they themselves are now, even though they have had weight loss surgery, the health effects of that later on are still there, that those have not come to any type of end. So that is something, and I'm going to let you guys know, I'm going to get a better stream background, better soundproofing, better mics. This is like, I'm just starting out, so this is like my third live stream. 186 in the house. Make sure you hit the likes. The platter of candy bars are ridiculous. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, she's, if anybody is a actual licensed psychiatrist, I'm sure that she is giving them a field day. Just the lack of commitment. Nothing is lacking, she cannot, it seems to complete anything. She's saying, I'm going to become a reaction channel. I think that one of the things that you learn when you are an adult is, once you claim that you are going to do something, that that you put that in front of your friends, your family, and even if people laugh at you, if you are committed to that particular goal, you will do it despite everything. But you've planned it already. It's not like one day you woke up and said to yourself, oh shoot, I'm going to do this. And that's what kind of Foodie does. You have to plan things. Nothing just happens overnight. I mean, one of the things that, and I know a lot of, I have my book. I'm starting to plan my content. I have ideas, and I don't want to overdo it though, or make anything that's ambitious until I've worked everything out. I won't release it. Like, I know, for example, I will be doing these shorts in February. That is something that I've had planned. So anyway, crew, let's get on to this one. So that's a deep question. Would Foodie answer that question? Let's jump. Okay, so we'll play a game. Okay, if you think Foodie, I wish I had some emojis. I don't even have memberships. I'm not quite at that place yet. I'm trying to think. Okay, so if you believe, we're going to go through the questions. If you think Foodie would answer this question in her Q&A, drop a yes. And if you think that Foodie would never answer that question ever, put a hard pass no in the chat. All right. Now somebody's talking about the husband. I don't get to the husband stuff. I don't really know a lot about the things to do with the relationship. I think the relationship is fake. I don't think it's benefiting either of them. That's where I think with the relationship. I think it's actually, okay, so from a mental health perspective, going back to this, borderlines, I think, don't ever like to let go. I mean, and borderline is very difficult, I think, not only to diagnose from what I've read, but they have real attachment things. I mean, Pete Davidson is supposedly very open about his borderline personality disorder. Okay, we got somebody here. All right, I don't want to just talking about uprooting and so forth. That's a little too long. I'm not going to get into all that. Sorry about that. Somebody asked if Salah is in hiding. Is Salah in hiding? I think that's yes or no. We don't know if that is more because she just doesn't want to have him out being. Sorry about the jet noise. They're really coming in today. Okay, this one. Bob asks, why is one side of your face swollen? And I've been asked this too from people on my chat or my comments. Swollen along with your eye. Have you seen a doctor about this? Well, we know Foodie does not like to see doctors. So that's a hard pass no that Foodie saw a doctor on anything. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. People say I shouldn't laugh as a nurse. Nurses are at the heart of every hospital. Thank you, tell you. But Foodie abuses the nurses at the hospital because she went AMA out of that Canadian hospital when they tried to give her 75 grams of glucose to do that 2-hour fasting, test with her, with the, giving her the impaired glucose resistance, the insulin resistance, the impaired insulin tolerance or something of that nature. Basically that one. She walked out AMA on that. And so, yeah, that was, no, Foodie. But why do I think she's got one side swollen? Now, there could be a number of, causes. A lot of people are starting to look at, heart failures. And depending on whether or not you have right or left-sided heart failure would depend on where the heart failure appears on you physically. And so, but Foodie's just got like half a face. And I don't know, because people said she's also had rosacea. I don't like to speculate until she's been given a diagnosis. It does look like she's holding water. I believe that is more, but I'm also going to say, I don't know if it's just the way she's, wearing her clothing. Oh, infected. Yes. And I would say thank you. Thank you, Stella Virgin. Sorry. Bursitis. Oh, sorry. This was the one. I'm sorry. One of her teeth is infected, surely. So, yes, I wonder, because you can get extremely swollen when you have a dental infection. I mean, it is bad. It will be very swollen on one side. And so I am almost, I know her heart's not functioning well, but the fact that it's so localized, it seems, to one place would make me think it was more of a localized infection rather than, something like a heart failure, which would be more distinctive to other places. Let me see. I don't want to bore everyone. We'll talk a little bit more about heart failure, but let's get to the next question. Okay. Hi, Foodie. No, she hasn't seen a doctor about it. Absolutely not. And she probably didn't she say, though, she went to see a dentist? Yes, facial sweat. Absolutely. And I don't think she gets to know thank you, Hannibal. Absolutely. Thank you. Please. And let me know how I can share yours. I'm so new at this. So if I'm not being super awesome in the YouTube community, just, I'm learning and I'm trying to make sure I just learn anyway, nobody's here for that. But yes, please do. Well, I'll try to figure out how I can talk with other people more offline and not put it all out here. Okay. She didn't go see the dentist for a check. Just for a checkup. She went to a dentist. It was an emergency. She's stalling on the dental treatment. That's what Cloudberry is saying. I think she's definitely got something more localized. And we've seen shoveling the food. She's missing that side of the mouth. I'm going to try to stop composing Foodie's health assessment. So we can go through and give her a little bit of a review as I would always recommend, though, don't ever let your teeth get infected like that and not see a dentist. I know they can be expensive. Preventative care, always best first, twice a day, especially for a diabetic. Her not seeing a dentist and having a dental abscess and being a diabetic is so dangerous. I just can't. Why? I feel like she's going head to toe, literally having things. And somebody brought up a really great comment, and I keep forgetting how to say it perfectly, but they were having similar struggles as Foodie was. And I asked them in my comments on one of the videos, how do you let people know Or how did your doctor get you to change? I think is what I actually asked her. I said, how did your doctor get you to change? And she said, it was because he said I would die off in pieces or be taken away in pieces or something of that nature. And that's obviously through amputation, which I have seen. Thyroid. Right. I was almost thinking hypothyroidism, but I'm almost thinking she's like been avoiding or something's wrong with the chewing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Not to say I don't think that there could be some thyroid deficiency also happening with the Foodie. Not necessarily something like Cushing's, but maybe just some hypothyroidism. I'm speculating, everybody. Okay, we don't know because Foodie doesn't get to the doctors, and she certainly is not honest when she does. But I think gum infection, yes. Bout of tendonitis, hound lovers, carpal tunnel. I know it stinks. God bless you. Hang in there. Clean diet, watching weight helps. Absolutely. And clean diet is kind of interesting. Just, avoid the heavily processed foods. They're the ones that aren't doing it great. I'm sorry about the jet noise, guys. These guys are going like ballistic tonight. And they're early. They usually come in like 5 or 6, but they've been wild today, so I do apologize for that noise. I'm gonna try to soundproof I have a whole room that I'm gonna set up as a studio, but obviously it takes time, and it's Friday night. I got a happy hour, okay? Because unlike Foodie, I got stuff to do. Please, she did mention hypothyroidism at one time. She did. Now, see, I have been looking at that in my patho book recently for Foodie. Not Cushing's, but literally just hypothyroid. Foodie, you need to take the Synthroid. Go. No, she did? Gosh, I need to put her full medical history together. The diabetes and the foot. I mean, if she's not flossing and she's not brushing her teeth twice a day, and all the food and the sweetie food and the carby food and all of that, and then not following up regularly with the dentist, and she's 40 years old, I have patients who get really upset because if they have a heart surgery, whether it's valve replacement or whether it is having a coronary artery bypass graft, which is also known as a cabbage. And for both of these surgeries, there's some that go a little more what they call non-invasive, but they're still painful. Anyway, they have to crack your sternum open. And it's kind of wild. And they're in a lot of pain and they can't drive for weeks. And you can get valve disorders and vegetation for not taking good care of your teeth and not having good mouth care. But the problem is if they want to do the surgery and you have any teeth infected in your mouth, I'm apologizing for the jet noise. It's wild today. I apologize. Oh my God. I live in a military town, as you can tell. And I live in at the ocean front. They're taking advantage of the good weather, unfortunately. It's a very good day. So yes, you will have all your teeth pulled prior to surgery because they cannot really, if you have bad teeth, you'll have whatever teeth that are infected pulled out. I have a patient who recently was recommended to have all his teeth pulled and just to wear dentures because he keeps having to have all these valve surgeries and his valves keep not working. And can she brush her teeth? I mean, she needs to do, if she can't wash her ass. Oh, thank you, Zella. Oh, you can't hear the jets? Oh, good. Thank you. Glad you are around. Oh, somebody say I'm glad whoever's around too. Anyway, I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but I'm trying. Okay, let's get to the next question. Okay. All right. So we talked about her eye, which we actually think it's a potential tooth or hypothyroidism, heart failure, doesn't really appear. That's a later stage on a heart failure to be that, and most of the time, if it is, it to be like really noticeable, it's usually lower down, like right heart failure shows up more with like jugular distension and a lot of like, when the jugular vein really like comes out. You're left-sided, you get a lot of lower extremity edemas and so forth. So each part of the heart, depending on where it pumps and goes to, will affect different sides of the body. So it's sometimes difficult. Hers looks more localized. Okay, next girl. Ask her, hey, Foodie. Hi, Foodie. Sorry. Quick question. How did you manage to gain 13 pounds? I guess she hasn't seen the grocery hauls, the hubcap size pot pies, the spaghetti carbohydrate, just craziness. I mean, the amount of exercise I think we've realized that Foodie has achieved. And like, I'm trying to look at the camera. Achieved. Oh, Amber, beyond help. Yes, they are both beyond help. People have asked me, I if I stress ate, yeah. I want to, and I'll be honest, I'm one of these folks. I tend to not stress eat. I get so busy when I'm stressed that I tend not to have time to eat. So I tend to, go the opposite way. But I think people can have either. Sometimes I do feel more time, so I want to eat a little more. Anyway, I don't think it's a mystery why she's gained. Oh, I put something in front of my face. I didn't realize that. Look at me. I don't know. Can I move myself on the screen? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I'm learning. Anyway, I didn't want to take up Foodie's questions over here. I think there's a way. I think you have to have more advanced types of StreamYards to get it to kind of, I'm using obviously the free version at the moment. Anyway, it's water weight, guys. Yeah, absolutely. Always water weight. It's nothing but water weight, always, and I'm surprised neither of them are trying to get hold of some like black market diuretics. If you really want to, girls, caffeine, if you drink a lot of coffee, it will take your water out, but unfortunately it will also spike your blood sugars. So it's kind of like, do as you do, do as if you don't. Do you know what I mean? All right. Let's get to whatever. 13 pounds. We know why she's gained 13 pounds. She has not followed any advice. She does not speak to a dietitian. She has not listened to her endocrinologist recently. I'm sorry. Okay. Something about, oh, I love this one. I just have to read this one just for this one made me laugh. It starts out like a real question. Are there any ideas for videos with Salah when he returns? I suggest should have Salah read out a hostage apology note in an orange outfit in the desert next to you with a vegetable pointed at his head. And that vegetable, I think you can drop a comment quickly in the chat. I think I'm having something that's very large and very purple, potentially, as the vegetable that Salah has pointed to his head. What do you think? Let us know in the chat. Tell us our vegetables. All right. Dr. No, 600-pound live. Dr. No would fire her as a patient. Yes, absolutely, Emma Cream. That's exactly we got two of these. Smiling. We got Shelly giving us two. Absolutely. That's the vegetable. I think that would be a great video. Foodie, you've got all these people just giving you free ass content out here, ideas. You're not even using it. Girl, I'm out here with 238 people in the house just stoked today. Happy Fridays, everybody. We're just getting healthy for the weekend. It's January here in Virginia Beach, but it felt like summertime today. We are doing, yes, absolutely. We could go eggplant or aubergine. Absolutely. We could say both. And I can't remember how they said it in Spanish. And I lived in Mexico. I can't remember, so I feel bad because I'm a little bit better than that. But yes, Renfell, my Chihuahua, probably bigger than Salah. Absolutely. Yes, we need to get those in there. We need to get, actually, if Dang Fupa, that is a video idea for you. Salah in his hostage note. It would be probably a vegetable that has been a long time in the refrigerator and slightly limp and rotted, I'm thinking too. So there we go. I don't think it'll be firm and young. Anyway, not the way Foodie keeps her veg. She doesn't. Anyway, all right. Let's get through these ones. Somebody just says some of these questions are wild. You should answer all of them. That would be a good video. And you know what? No stoon or no stoon. Absolutely. You're right. I am. We are going to make a good video. We're making a good live stream from Foodie's questions today because she don't have the balls to get out and answer her own questions. But I do. And everybody else does. And she hates reactors. And she would hate the fact to think that we have such a great audience in the house today answering questions. We have Foodie. I have questions, Foodie. We all have questions. And I'm sorry if I'm not looking at all the... Is poop fat? Oh, well, this we got told it. Is poop fattening? I don't know. And somebody else thinks it would be a carrot. Yes. And a potato. You know, we got all sorts of vegetables here in the house that would be held to Salal's head as he reads out his hostage note. But we don't know Salal. We don't even know Salal in Kuwait anymore. All right. So, it's talking about people, who are not making friends. Well, we know that. Okay. Next person. Because we kind of stay on the health stuff. I don't know too much about all her background. It says, if you end up too ill or bedbound and become unable to make YouTube videos, what's your backup plan? To make enough money to continue living how you are without issue. Somebody is definitely thinking in the right direction as to where Foodie is trying to put herself at the moment. There is speculation on the internet that Foodie, wants to become bedbound. Now, obviously, as an RN, I'm never going to want Foodie to become bedbound. A lot of the videos that I think do sometimes, even though I have a little bit of humor, and people are like, I think we have to give a little bit of humor, but with some education in there too. And I think that and the misinformation, I think we have to counteract the misinformation that Foodie is always putting out here. We know that Foodie is going to miss that coin, but if she could continue to actually get her videos made, like the camera right above her, and actually film her from the bed and do it that way, Foodie would still be out there doing that. I just don't think, I almost think I don't even know of a big event, but just seeing her in the park, there were so many great recommendations about her walking. And like I said in my video last night, I would never discourage her from walking. My concern is that she's not one wearing good shoes to walk in. Those Skechers things, I think, would cause her to get a blister. And that blister, if she's not doing daily feet checks, which is part of hallmark care for a type 2 diabetic, especially one who does not manage her blood sugars, and that thing becomes infected, it's going to be very serious for her. Very serious. And so I think we're out here actually in the end trying to just give for other people who want to take better care of themselves, trying to give them good advice. Do you know what I mean? Because Foodie is on a wild hair. She should be more in a swimming pool and just to get her body moving, and probably on a restricted calorie diet seen by we all know she needs to be inpatient. But if she refuses to go inpatient and do really what it would take to save her life, because she's doing everything that is just not as much as she wants to snipe at people or get ugly at people or say that we're being hateful. The only person at the end of the day that Foodie harms is Foodie herself. The rest of us, I just use this as a platform because there's so many people who are saying it's, I'm healthy in this. No, you really cannot be, because pathophysiologically, your body is no different from anybody else's. You're no special. All of these fad diets, fad exercises, supplements, all of these things, most of them aren't really benefiting anybody. It really is boring, simple exercise, having, good, healthy foods to eat that would have primarily what they call the Mediterranean style diet. I hate to harp on about it, which would be primarily vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, lean proteins in smaller quantities, lots of whole grains, beautiful roasted. I mean, I think about anyway. All right. She's getting closer to bedbound. And my thing is like, and I'm so glad House of Hannibal. Thank you for being in the house. Rose Thorn, you got to check out those handles. I feel flat out of the House of Hannibal here today too. That's awesome. Thank you guys. This has been an awesome community. I cannot say how awesome everyone is, how welcoming everybody is. I've been just everyone facts. Camp says facts to Hannibal over here. Hannibal's spitting out facts. What's Hannibal up to? Good doc. You got to have good docs. There's nothing wrong with you're actually better off. And this is one of the things I want to promote for next month with Heart Health Month. I'm going to go out. We are a great community. We really are. Thank you, Amber, for saying that. Hold on, let me get to Amber's. Thank you. Sorry, I flick around sometimes. We are a great community. If anybody wants to take the time to link Rose's channel down below for me and House of Hannibal's, House of Hannibal, Rose, if you would like to link your channels down below, please do so. I don't know if there's any trolls. I don't even know how to get moderators yet. I've got to read and investigate all this stuff. Like I said, I've just learned how to live stream. This is my third one ever. So there we go. But I know we had a troll last time. And so I found the troll in the chat. And Chantel is already nuts. Let's not tell her to go anymore. Well, we're just, we'll advise her. But the good thing is other people are learning from Chantel's mistakes. All right. We've got about 30 more minutes to go. So let me get through these questions. This person gives her a pretty good challenge. Oh, Chantel, how would she answer that question? Oh, she's not coming bedbound, that she's in perfectly good health and she's going to be making, YouTube, and she's going to be making reactions, and, she's going to be getting all her haters, because we're haters, all of us. Okay. The next person says, would you take on the challenge of giving up rice for veggies for an entire week? Only for the camera. Obviously, only for the camera. That's the problem with Chantel. Chantel is not, as we know, truthful. And I think as an RN, is probably one of the most harmful parts of her content, is that she cannot be honest. So that, to me, when you're an influencer and you're trying to create a platform, supposedly, because we know it's a charade to hide really what her platform about. Because she's been YouTube money is potentially very good. She's got to get to those 100,000 subs. And, she'll buy her way up there if she has to, but she's probably not making enough money to even buy her subs at the moment. Her engagement is pretty weak for somebody who has almost 100,000 subs, but she doesn't create a great community either. And she lies to people. Anyway, she would not take on that challenge. I think she would lie and say she would, and then she would, say some nonsense like the mangoes are hard, not knowing that mangoes aren't a vegetable. Okay, so somebody's trying to give us some advice here. Okay, this got a little bit longer, but literally the person here is saying, why don't you buy measuring cups and get a food scale and weigh your food? Did you tell your doctor you're using Unimate? Why did you eat pickle? That's so much salt. Why don't you really try to do healthy cooking? Your choices are scary with what they can do to your health. You said you used chicken because you had no ground meat. Did you know that you can have a pasta without meat of any kind? Look at some actual recipes, not TikTok. Go to all the recipes on the other good sites. So many out there. Oh, this is awesome. Last thing they say, this is very true, and this is concerning for somebody who potentially could have any issues with their cardiac system, their heart, is that you are never to take NSAIDs. That is like a hard pass. No. The only pain medication that you should take if you have any type of heart condition that you're aware of is Tylenol, not NSAIDs. Unless you are under doctor's care, they will probably still want, if you have a known cardiac history, they are not going to want to prescribe you NSAID. The only NSAID that they will prescribe is aspirin at 81 milligrams a day as part of an antiplatelet, dual antiplatelet, if they add Plavix, if you've had a procedure. So That was a lot of good points. I've said many a time on my thing about the salt, about the pickles. I think we've all said it. I think we've all said it 1,000 times. 226 in the house. Hit the likes, please, down below if you're enjoying just hanging out this Friday. Oh, we can't. We can't hear the jets. Oh, good. I'm glad because they're irritating me to heck. Okay, as somebody says, Renfell, it is really eye-opening once to start to measure and weigh your food. Most people are eating a lot more than they realize. Absolutely. I think that post made some really great points. Absolutely. Really easy stuff to do too. I think it's really important to make sure that you're always looking at the back of the food label and seeing how many portions are actually in the packet. Because if you ate the whole thing, you'd be horrified sometimes at how much sodium that you could be consuming from that one meal. And we know Foodie loves some processed packeted food, so she's really most of the time has very little idea how much food that she is consuming. She's no idea about the macros. She's talks about fiber with whole wheat pasta and not thinking about her carbs and her blood sugar. She is really very uneducated when it comes to food. And it's a shame. But today, with there's so many resources, and Cheekbones actually reached out to her and offered her help a few years ago. And she's a registered dietitian for free. And she refused it. And so there is this this is why she's so dangerous in my mind, is that her channel is a dark thing in some ways because of it having this underlying audience that we know is not about her getting healthy. They're more about seeing her, because the food eating is extremely performative. And she's got to try to build that money audience up again because she's a lot of bills in Kuwait. She needs to get ready for another visa run. I want to know if she's not feeling well with that leg. Her leg is so odd. That gait when she's walking and swinging that leg. My gosh, that's wild. Anyway, let's look at the next thing. They made some very good points, this person. Very good points. A lot of these people are getting pretty good, likes. I think it's a shame that she doesn't. I hope she's reading at least the questions, but she hasn't even responded, which I think is really rude to your community, Foodie. They took the time to actually answer and interact with your board, take the time to respond, YouTube isn't just about putting out some bad videos. One day today, I won't lie, I wish I'd screenshot it, not to hoot my horn, but I looked up Foodie. I was trying to see if she'd come out and put anything out there. And the first video that came out was the one that I put out last night about her walking. That was a blast. I had fun. I was kind of being a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it was a blast to watch it. We can't always just be ugly and screaming and using cuss words. It's not fun. Nobody learning that way. Okay, so here she goes. Why are you not taking insulin to get your blood sugars back to normal and avoid further damage to the body? You are not able to do it with just medication. 10 is not a good fasting blood sugar. How many times have we said that? So this is the point where your doctor should be putting you on insulin. Yep. Is sugar level into the emergency status? Oh, absolutely. She has absolutely unmanaged diabetes that's doing massive damage to her organs. She said that 10 be about 187 milligrams of DL. And she said that was a fasting. She was pleased with it, okay? That was a fasting blood sugar. And she said she had been fasting 8 hours. That would be about the time that you would take a fasting blood glucose to see how your insulin is responding to it, to blood glucose in your bloodstream. Is it actually taking that blood sugar and using and pairing up with the insulin as a key and moving that into your cells and converting that into energy? Or is there no insulin around and your pancreas just can't produce enough, and now it's just hanging out in the bloodstream? And so what Foodie showed after 8 hours supposedly of fasting, because we never know where she's lying. So it's kind of hard to really know whether it's true. But if this were truly the facts of that situation, that would be considered to be extremely high. Usually you want to be under 120. So her at 187, and I think she had gone on like a taco binge. That's really high. My curiosity would be, obviously her hemoglobin A1C, because that's always going to be the one that will tell you how you are, how much blood sugar is in your bloodstream over a 3-month period and how your insulin has been responding to that. So that's like key. And then the other two can be the other, diet, either one of those being positive for, elevated blood sugar would be a sign of type 2 diabetes. And I'm sure she fails on all. Her blood is syrup. Absolutely, Hannibal. Her blood is syrup. Absolute syrup. It is. It's AtNet has a good question. Where would I find AtNet's question? Is this their question? That's the one I just answered. Okay, thank you. Yes. Definitely emergency in the respect that, yes, she's probably feeling pretty poor. And if she does have like any types of sores or lesions or anything, they're probably not really healing. She probably likes being covered up, because I just can't imagine. I really, she cannot be feeling good at this point if she's been unmanaged for this long and eating the way that she does and the way I see her eating and those candy bars in the house. I mean, that's wild to me. I mean, it's just, if you could only see how sad it is to see people amputated for diabetes, and they start, I don't want to be graphic, but they start at the knee and see if that controls because what will start to happen is the neuropathy, and it will start to really, take the, the peripheral disease and the ulcers and the stasis and oh God, it's terrible. Anyway, let's get to another question. We got just a few more minutes. Okay. Because I got to get my doggy out real fast and go meet my friend. And I put everything on silent. So I don't know if anybody's texting me. So, okay, let's get a couple of quick questions. Okay. All right. Okay, let's find a good health one. There's a lot about Salah here. Okay. Are you scared about your health issues and how it could affect your future quality of life? It seems you take every diagnosis in stride. I think denial is Foodie's stride. So there's a lot of questions here. Okay. Now this is a little bit poignant and could be part of the reason why her content is so dry. It says, one more question. This lady is really like trying to give her a hard time. You mentioned that you don't have hobbies. How many hours a day do you spend on your phone? And she looks young too. Include working on editing your videos for your YouTube, watching YouTube videos, filming cameos, and browsing social media. She wants to know how much time she's investing. Foodie, we all know that Foodie doesn't really use a lot of time investing her anything into anything quality. Yeah, below the knee amputation. Gosh, I hope not. Poor circular. Oh, yikes. Yeah. Poor circular lead to gangrene. Absolutely. 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 Oh, gosh. Yes. Smoking is the worst for that. Absolutely. And does Foodie smoke too? Oh, God. I think she does smoke. I think she has smoked cigarettes, correct? Oh gosh, she's just hurting herself in every way. I mean, I'm not trying to be like the health police, because anybody can do. Everyone an adult, okay? Even mature, immature, however you want to look at it. Everybody can do whatever they want, okay? Oh, she smokes. Oh no, girl, don't smoke. Sorry. Yes, she smokes. Cigarettes are the worst because they actually can cause coronary artery sclerotic diseases. She smokes. She does. Sorry, I'm very good. Okay, she vapes. She smokes. Oh, she does shishas too. Chantel need the health police. Yes. She does need the police, like a fashion police, like a health police. She needs a fashion police probably too. Anyway, she clashes like one like color to the next. She needs help on that. Okay. All right. This lady gets into all of her stuff about her doing some wild stuff back in her day. So, all right, let's skip to that one. All right, because it's a little long. All right, because we're running out of time. So, okay, this is a good one. Okay, just because I would love for her to answer this question. It's not really about health, but more about, I guess, your wellness and taking care of yourself. This lady says, "Oh, I think it's one of I think it's one of our folks. Is that you, Talahu? Are you, or is this you? Okay, is this you asking her a question, or is this somebody who's just got? It looks maybe like a different, like they're using the same. Oh, maybe this is you sneaking in a question. Hey." All right. Well, we're going to read her question to Foodie. And Foodie has not answered this question. It says, I've spent a lot of energy in my life. I am old. In the pursuit of men, watching my weight, changing my personality, and fussing over them. And you know what I have realized? Men don't think like women at all. It takes age and life experiences before they even really care about other people, even their women. If you never had to pursue a man, what would you do with life? What are your interests? And other than food, because we know food is one of her interests. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's make sure. I'm trying to kind of do the chat and do this one. This is a little bit different today. We'll obviously do videos, but she has put nothing out. And I know other people are going to be doing like reviews of the week and stuff, but I just thought this was fascinating that there's a lot of questions. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay. Okay. This is one that we have not seen her. This would be probably a hard pass no from Foodie if she were answering this question, because she laughed about her doctor being Indian and thinking that because of his national background that he would be trying to push her onto a vegetarian diet, not being aware that one of the interventions for somebody with, really, unmanaged type 2 diabetics and recommended, I'll show this, by the American, it's the American Association of Endocrinology. They recommend that you actually have 1 to 2 years of a vegan or vegetarian diet at the place where you're at. You're beyond just the low fat, low cholesterol. You like literally need to have like restrictive diet for 1 or 2. I mean, you're beyond that even, Foodie. You are probably 500s liquid in an inpatient facility, being monitored. That's where you are to literally save your organs at this time. Okay. So yeah, that's a whole pass now. No one jealous of her. Oh, she's always, that's, yeah. Why does she always talk about how pretty she is? That's let other people say if you're pretty. Okay. That's how pretty works. Okay. All right. Okay. Do you ever consider your YouTube career could be hindering your weight loss motivation? Is this a comedy hour on her channel? These are great. Great. I would say as a nurse, it seems to be. I think that, like I've speculated this evening, and it's only speculation, that she has a separate career that she fosters on a YouTube platform because she's very performative when she's eating. And it seems like she kind of flirting with the camera with the face filters going. I'm sorry, I'm making faces, but yeah, no, not a good look. Not a good look, Foodie. Yes, absolutely, it's hindering her. Sorry, I'm trying to keep over, so I'm sort of switching over the pages here. She's addicted to the attention. Yes. Oh, the seafood. Some seafood has arrived. Charlie's mom says. I'm trying to check on here. Uh-oh, no, why am I not allowed? Come on, StreamYard. It won't let me show. Oh, I'll show this one. All right. I think I've frozen. Can you see me, guys? I think my live stream froze. Gosh darn it. Okay, I'm frozen. All right, let me see. Can I read? Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay. All right. I froze. No, why am I frozen? All right. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to try to... Oh, shoot. All right. I don't. Okay. Shit. All right. I'm gonna have to try to reload. Oh no. My. I think my thing died. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to get better computers. For some reason. Ugh. I had to force quit. To the stage. Hi. Hi, sorry everybody. Sorry about that. Sorry. Something went weird. Okay, those jets took out the ding. All right, let me get Foodie back in. Sorry, I've got just a few more minutes. I apologize, but I saved the stream. Yay! So I'll take that, man. Hold on, let me present. Let me get share screen. Okay, let me share my screen. Sorry, guys. Yeah, but I saved it. I don't feel like. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know. It was so sad. I was suddenly. I just had the spinning ball of death on the. I had the spinning ball of death on the Apple Mac. So yeah, we'll finish up. We've got a few more minutes. Remember before internet, good times. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'll be honest, my modem is kind of old and I'm a little bit cheap. And so I need to update some of my technology and update so that I can, provide a better streaming service. This is obviously, I'm a work in progress over here with streaming, seeing if anybody put anything in the chats, supers or whatever, and I missed it. I apologize. I probably won't get them anymore because I can't even see when they show up. Anyway, let's see what questions we have. All right, let's look at one more question and then we'll call this a day and let everybody enjoy their Friday. And I just appreciate you spending this Friday afternoon with me. I'm going to go and grab myself a little drink and I just need to grab my dog out before I go. Okay, so somebody is asking, oh gosh, about the Wegovy and the Ozempic. So this is my last point that I'll just give people, at least here in the United States, and I don't know if it's any different in Europe. So Ozempic is specifically for diabetics. So unless you have a diagnosis of type 2 diabetes, Ozempic is not the medication that they would prescribe you. Okay? It just happens that one of the side effects of Ozempic is weight loss. And both of them are ciprofloxacins. I can never pronounce them properly, but they're both medications which work on the digestive system and kind of slowing the digestive system down. And because it does that, obviously, it makes people feel, fuller, faster, and people not want to satiate themselves as much. Now, Wegovy is specifically for a weight loss medication. I think it's actually just a slightly I think it works the same way as Ozempic. I don't know if it's just the dosage is different, but that one is specifically for weight loss. So if you were, going for the diabetes, it would be the Ozempic. But I've also heard that sometimes that people's A1C still have not been controlled with Ozempic, and so it is. You would still have to manage your diet. It's not like, I think this is the mistake that Foodie makes. I think she thinks, oh my goodness, I'm having an opportunity to eat all these, different snacks and, things because I have my diabetes medications covering this. And therefore, I don't need to change my diet at all. I can continue to eat as I've always ate because now I get to lower my blood sugars because I have these medications. And that's not how it is. Her pancreas is probably so shot at this point that it doesn't matter how much, She really probably needs to be on insulin. She probably needs to be on a sensor at this point. She's not following up with anybody, and it's been quite some time. You cannot be a diabetic eating the way that she's been eating and expect, anything to go well. Okay. Somebody asked her, and they spelled this properly for us, so I hope Foodie took note. Are you seeing an endocrinologist for you? I had to change my title because everyone thought I couldn't spell endocrinologist the other day. It was a joke, and I realized that people weren't seeing the joke if they didn't really know Foodie. Anyway, are you seeing an endocrinologist for your diabetes? And if so, what do they have on you for meds? Well, we know she's not seeing the endocrinologist regularly. And I don't even know if she knows what med she's on. She talks about the metformin. I understand she's on another too. Was she on like Jardiance? So I don't know. There's Trulicity. There's all sorts of combinations of diabetic medications. I mean, there's so many. Glipizide is another one. I mean, there's so many different ones that she could potentially be on. Okay. But we don't know. And who's filling her prescription? Unless I hear that her sister-in-law is a pharmacist. I don't know if she'd want to risk her license, giving Foodie drugs. Okay. Someone asked Foodie, and this is what we'll ask, and we'll finish out on this one. Just asking Foodie what her goals are. Maybe no, that's not a fun one. Okay. Let's see. Let's finish with one good one. Sorry. Okay, this is the last one, and I think this is an interesting question. Foodie, we need to know, because we haven't seen you the last couple of days. We miss your rages. They ask her, how do you feel after those 3,000 steps? Now, one, there is a debate as to whether or not Foodie actually made it to 3,000 steps. We don't know. We don't know if Foodie actually made it to 3,000 steps. We could be clueless. We don't know. We don't know if Foodie made it to 3,000. But what we do know is that she potentially, it was the arm swinging. Everyone's like, a lot of people let me know. They're like, oh my gosh, she is going to, that's potentially a way to get the walking device to kind of speed up the app to give her more steps. And I noticed when I was looking at it, because I don't know any of these tricks. I go out with my walking stuff. I actually want to know how many steps I accomplished in a day, because I kind of generally am interested with the information. But anyway, everyone was talking about every way that she could have possibly had cheated the device. And I noticed that she's like really swinging her arms. But I think she's hurting, because is anybody, and we're going to finish here with this last one. I thank you guys. This is Life and Vibe. I hope you check out House of Hannibal, Rostones Reacts. If there's any other creators in there that I have forgotten about today, I certainly do apologize. And I certainly do appreciate everybody being here today. Maybe we try to look straight at the camera. I don't even know where my camera is. I'm trying to get my phone to connect to my computer so I can use my phone as my camera, but I have an older Mac. And so I need to get something to connect my newer phone to my older Mac. And then I need to try to figure out how do I can figure out how. Anyway, all right. Nobody wants to hear about my tech stuff. But anyway, make sure this weekend, if it's good where you are, get your steps in. I always say it's really nice to get a walk after dinner, because that can help, the digestive system, get that food nice and digested, get it, taken care of before you go to sleep, because it's not really good to go to sleep on a full stomach, especially if you have any type of gastric things. And, nobody wants all that reflux coming up. So it's good to get that food just digested out. So anyway, it has been fun. I appreciate everyone taking their time today. I'm sorry I was late, everybody. I do apologize. I hate being late. I was just overdoing it today. But I will make sure to be on time in the future. Hopefully get a more exciting looking studio. Look out for some more reactions. Look out for some more reactions to some newer folks throughout the month of February. Really, I've got some exciting things planned for February. So just kind of take a look out for that. Let me know how you are finding it. Keep up the chat. Yep, House of Hannibal. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you. Yes, Hannibal, please. I'm going to check out. I've been checking out your channel. please make sure, if I'm going to stop into one of your lives, if that's okay too, if I can do that, please drop my link to my channel in your channel. Drop your links to your channels in my channel now. And I just love everybody here. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Foodie, for your questions. Please, we would love to hear your responses. Have a great Friday, everybody. I got to go get a beer. Take care.